about a Korean hero.
Yeah, I'd be more than happy to tell you. You know, American culture really admires strength, and you know, there's a lot, like, it's a very success-driven country, and you know, we all take a lot of pride in that. So one thing that I thought would be interesting when I came across this was to explore it more, because, like, you know, this is a guy who was never defeated in combat, and you know, out of all the history that exists in the world, a lot of the historical figures typically tend to be dictators and, like, you know, people who had to make huge sacrifices in order for the greater good. So Yi Sun-shin's story was very unique because unlike a lot of, like, superheroes that I read about, he actually existed and he was a real, genuine hero, and he never lost in battle. So, like, that was awesome.
That was
you know? I thought that was interesting. So this is what started my this is what ignited my interest.
Well, you first saw it on a Korean drama.
Yes. Yeah.
How did you come across? Who told you about the Korean drama?
Well, it was a friend of mine.
All the way in Chicago.
Yeah, yeah. Well, a friend of mine at the time, he came across it on just TV, and he tried to get me into it, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And every single time we tried to watch it on TV, it just never came on, because we'd always miss it by like 30 minutes, and we couldn't understand anything because it was, you know, Korean TV. So eventually we found out that they released a compilation, and so he told me about it, and he said, oh, there's English subtitles, and I was like, oh, sweet, I gotta get this. So I ordered the DVDs from Korea, and they had them shipped here.
Great. So, well, then you discovered one of the heroes, and it fitted the stereotype that you wanted to, not in a bad way, of the guy that you wanted to write about. But you were first a fiction writer.
Yes.
That was your major in university. So how come you didn't think of turning this story into a novel? That's what would have been your initial instinct, I think.
Well, actually, there's really no, for what I do, there's really no college that offers, like, a specific education in what I'm trying to do, because what I always wanted to do was, you know, write scripts and direct movies. Well, you know, obviously I could have gone to film school for that, but I really had a desire to first start in comics, because the concepts that I wanted to work with require a lot of funding, and within the last 10 years there's been a huge like uprise in graphic novels being adapted into film. So I figured that this would be the best place to start, is to visually hook my audience through comic books, and then hopefully find somebody to be interested in directing a movie, and then you know, moving from there.
Sounds good. And you're here to promote this time in Korea, to promote this comic book. Yeah,
I had been invited by my friends, my advisors over at the Soonchunyang University, which is located in Asan, Yi Sun-shin's home village. And this is the only college in Korea that has a research institute dedicated to Yi Sun-shin. And they helped me with a lot of my research when I came here in 2008. And they invited me back here for the festival, but unfortunately it was canceled. So I came, and I actually was able to come into some classes and speak as a guest lecturer, and I was able to talk about my book a little bit.
All right. Well, we were interested in what you were going to be doing here, so our cameras followed you out.
Yeah.
Let's take a look to see what Onrie Kompan has been doing here in Korea. Take a look. Onrie Kompan's first visit to Korea since the publication of his comic series, Yi Sun-shin. He's at the Research Institute of Yi Sun-shin, only one of its kind dedicated to the war hero.
Well, I came by to discuss Yi Sun-shin with the different historians, and I'm also promoting my book and giving it to the attendees who have come by.
과정에서 김재원 선생님이 이제
During his stay in Korea, he plans to distribute his books and attend business meetings related to his work. After the seminar is over, he visits Soonchunyang to pay respect to Lee Sun-shin. Lee Sun-shin's war journals during the 16th century Japanese invasion are displayed here among other remains of his cherished objects.
This is my second time visiting here. The last time I was here was in 2008, so it's nice to be back. I'm very happy to be here.
Onrie Kompan pays his respect to Lee Sun-shin's shrine. This visit is extra special to him because it is his first visit to Soonchunyang since the publication of his comic series. He was able to collect important sources for his project only after his introduction to the Research Institute of Lee Sun-shin.
시카고에서 온리 콤판을 만났어. 이날 이렇게 탄신일에 맞춰서 제가 초대를 했어요. 그래서 현송사 와서 참배를 하고 또 이순신 연구소 세미나도 들르고 그래서 이런 정신을 더 많이 배우고 또 느끼고 가서 좋은 만화 써서 또 우리 이순신 세계에 알리라고 제가 데리고 와서 다니고 또 안내하고 있습니다.
This is a very key location to the story of Lee Sun-shin because this is where he grew up, and it's interesting to come here and see how everything, even the trees, have an impact on that story.
The last task on his itinerary for today is his lecture to Koreans on Lee Sun-shin from a foreigner's perspective. He revived the Korean students' interest in Lee Sun-shin through his lecture and created a memorable experience for those who were in attendance.
큰 역사를 남기신 이순신 선생님에 대해서 저렇게 깊이 있게 알고 계시고 있다는 점에 대해서 깜짝 놀랐고요.
한국의 위인을 그냥 외국인이 더 많이 알고 있다는 점에서 좀 한국인에서 부끄러운 점도 느꼈고요. 저도 앞으로 좀 더 많은 관심 가지고 이순신에 대해 공부해보려고요.
I would assume you would know a lot more than a lot of the Koreans on the history of Lee Sun-shin.
Better.
Yeah. Well, earlier we had said that it took 3 years to bring this to fruition, but you had a team of workers
Yes,
with you.
absolutely.
Tell us about them.
I would love to. In 2008, I began looking for talent to help bring the book together, and I came across an artist from Italy named Giovanni Timpano. And actually, I have a very interesting story. The last 3 pages of issue 2, we had to finish them. We had less than a week to do it, to have Adriana color the pages. And usually, Adriana takes a lot of time to finish a page, so it usually takes her a week. She got the last 3 pages done in like 3 days.